And welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Nashville SC versus Toronto FC, MLS 2025 Week 23. Toronto FC looking for their second straight win, third straight game with a point. Hold on. Wouldn't it actually be four? No, it is third straight. Yeah, they lost to NYC FC after beating Portland. Okay, thought so. Either way, let's see what they do. 2 straight wins? You would hope so. Pretty much at this point, every game is a cup final. They want to make the playoffs. It's going to be tough, but could be a fun time if it goes their way. With that being said, I don't think the rain delay that they're under should take much longer. I would think it shouldn't take much longer, but we're going to see. The thunderstorms are already running over them like that, so we should be fine on that end. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows for Nashville. In goal, we have Joe Willis. The back four of Andy Nahar, Walker Zimmerman. We have Jason Palacios, Daniel Lovitz. The midfield three of Edvard Tagseth, Gaston Brugman, Alex Mouil. And the front three of Hani Mukhtar, Sam Surridge, and Ahmed Kassem. For Toronto FC, we have Sean Johnson, Cozy Thompson, Kevin Long, Sigurd Rosted, Kobe Franklin. The midfield three of Matty Longstaff, Maxime Dominguez, Alonso Coelho. And the front three of Theo Corbianu, DeAndre Kerr, and Richie Larea. That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. It worked against San Diego, so sure. All right. Okay. That'll be interesting. With that being said, we're going to see how this turns. Can we get another win? Can Toronto find another win after beating San Diego on the road on Wednesday night? A late Wednesday night, might I add. If they play like they did for most of that game, they should be able to. Let's see. Nashville is third place. We are 23 points off of them. And if we win, we only be 20 points off of them. Nashville's pretty good this year, all things considered. They did lose to Miami. Didn't Toronto keep it kind of close when they played each other the last time, though? Oh, yeah, we had the lead, then we... Wait, no. We kept it close. Surridge scored twice. So got one back. Yep, there we go. With that being said, no. I was thinking of the Philly game. They drew DC at home. They drew NYCFC at home. It's not like they've been perfect. They did 7-2 Chicago. They did do that. Atlanta, they drew Atlanta on the road. Well, they play Aston Villa August 2nd. September 16th against Philly or the Red Bulls. Semifinal of the Open Cup for Nashville. So, they're in good position, all things considered. They didn't make Leagues Cup. Hold on. That feels weird. Game should get going very soon. But Let's have some fun with it. Yeah, should be on pretty quickly. Leagues Cup predictions very soon. There it is. Leagues Cup. No, they did not make it. Match delayed due to weather conditions. Okay. Can't take much long. Can't take too long because they're out training, so that's the good news. Maybe push back, what, about 10 minutes at worst? All things considered. Toronto wearing red. Nashville wearing their blue, which is weird considering. Or could it be their home kits? It might just be their home kits with the blue shorts. Red v yellow. Oh, yeah, that's true. Either way, Atlanta, Montreal, Charlotte, Rapids, Crew, Cincinnati, Houston, Miami, Galaxy, LAFC, Minnesota, NYCFC, Red Bull, Orlando, Portland, Salt Lake, San Diego, Seattle. $8:15 kickoff? Ah. That seems like too much, but okay. Okay. And the storm isn't even there. It's passed completely. But they have MLS 360 as we speak. So 8:15 kickoff is the word from MLS. That seems a little bit too overbearing for me, but all right. Look, to me, they were already warming up, so okay. Oh yeah, 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. Yeah, correct. So 9:15 Eastern. Yep. That still seems like too much, though. Columbus, DC. Then again, the later a match goes, the better for TFC. So, hey, if it gets pulled back a little bit, can we complain, really? Oh, Columbus wearing their throwbacks. They played later against RSL, one of their better performances of the year. They played later against San Diego, one of their better performances of the year. So, just saying. Let me cope. I need something. Maybe they're better without the Italians. You know what? I gotta say, as far as I could tell, ever since they got rid of Insigne and Bernadeschi, they've been much better. It seems like they're all together, playing as a team, which makes them look better. That's not really a high bar to clear, but maybe they needed to just have a clean slate and play as a team and see where it goes from there. So, point is, as far as I can tell, Duncan was right the whole time. It's right the whole time that the Bernadeschi and Insigne both needed to go. They were the problem. Turns out, absolutely correct. Because this team does seem to be more, how do I put it? They know their identity. They've had better results since. Also, since they didn't play at all before the push them out move. The Portland game, amazing result. I mean, NYCFC was bad, but that's pretty much the NYCFC result. Well, that's pretty much, well, they've won before there during the good days, but if you're not good, it's hard to win there. Of course, the good news is NYCFC is about to get a new stadium, so that buffer is gone soon. By the time we're good again, that buffer won't matter. Either way, how we doing, Rory? You look at the way TFC's played besides that NYCFC game over their past 4 matches, they've been solid. They've been solid. They've played like a team, and that really helps, I would say. They've been playing like a team. So, for more than 2 months, the Blue Jays have been the best team in Major League Baseball, 41-21 since May 8th. Didn't realize they were so good for that long. 7:40 p.m. Central, 8:40 Eastern. Saw the Mariners won last night. Yeah. Dejan Joveljic, born in Kansas City. Still doesn't look right at all. Still don't look right. July 22nd, we have the Skills Challenge. July 23rd, we have the All-Star Game. We'll be live for both, don't worry. Leagues Cup from July 29 to August 31st with MLS games put in there as well. Gio Savarese walked with the MLS Next Pro Goalie Wars belt. That's hilarious. Kind of looks a little bit like Adam Pearce there. Yeah. That was cool. That was cool. So I guess we have goalie wars on Tuesday then. All right. I didn't think they wouldn't do it, but just a thought. How we doing? DeCosta has a slight chance to play tonight, but seems to me he'll play at the All-Star game. Good. Because it would look stupid if I wore a Portland jersey during the All-Star game and he didn't even play. But you're wearing a Toronto jersey during the skills competition. Do with that what you want. Rain delay. It should be kicking off by 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. Even though that does not make any damn sense because the rain's been passed for 30 damn minutes and it looks like they're already warming up. So, I don't know. That seems a little bit too long. About what? 45 to 15? Either way, we'll be on here a bit longer than we would have expected. Because of a pop-up storm that got, when they weather delayed the game, it was almost past the damn city of Nashville anyway. That's what happens when it's hot as hell. Pop-up storms can happen if there's moisture in the atmosphere. I think that is Nashville. This might be starting a bit earlier. Yeah, I thought so. Oh. 360. All right. Who are your picks for the major European leagues next season? For me, the Premier League, it's Houston. I thought I saw the AT&T building. My bad. I thought I saw the AT&T building. My bad. Either way, my picks for the European seasons for the Prem, it's not going to be Chelsea. I think Chelsea is going to have a good season. They're going to be close. I think Liverpool wins again. I think Liverpool wins the Prem again. Chelsea second. Arsenal third. City fourth. I think Chelsea's going to be in the mix, but they're not going to win. Liverpool just still too strong. But we'll see. I think Chelsea will be up there in the title fight, but they won't win. Second place, Chelsea. Liverpool first. La Liga, Barcelona, because Real Madrid still have problems. Real Madrid still has problems. Barcelona. City's improvements, I still think they have a lot of weaknesses, as Al Hilal showed. If teams play them like Al Hilal played them, I think Man City they'll be better than they were last year for sure. Defensively, they have weaknesses, though. Like, Al Hilal made them look stupid. Let's just be real. If the Prem can do similar things, I'm not saying they're going to be, even if they are fourth, they're not going to be worse than they were last year. They're going to have more points. I think there will be, when it comes to the top four, I think they're all going to pick up more points than they did last year. Like, we're not going to have Liverpool win the league on 80-something points. It's not going to happen. I think The Prem champion will win with about 95 plus points. Runner-up with 92 or so. High 80s, third and fourth. Like, it's going to be a strong fourth, or strong top four, top five. Arsenal's Arsenal. They're at least getting a striker. Maybe they will finish fourth, and City finishes third. Who knows? I still think Chelsea is right up there, though. I think they've learned a lot from this past month or so. So, we'll see, though. Also, let's remember the fact that Chelsea does start with an easy start to the schedule, but they only have basically 2 preseason matches before that happens. So, that is true. The impact of losing Jota, that remains to be seen, and that could definitely hurt Liverpool. You have a point, actually. I didn't really want to bring it up, but you have a point. You have a point. That, yes, it is possible. It is possible that Jota not being there for Liverpool either hurts them tactically or hurts them mentally. It's either or. I think it can hurt them tactically, especially with the fact that Jota always found a way to be clutch if he wasn't starting. Will it hurt them mentally, I think is your question. You have a point. I didn't really want to talk about it, but you have a point. France again, PSG, but the Club World Cup final showed some cracks. Yeah, but PSG is winning Ligue 1. Like, duh. Like, the question is, do they win the Champions League? The question is, do they go back-to-back in Europe? I don't know. But they're winning the French league. Barcelona's winning La Liga. Serie A. I think Napoli might actually be good again. I don't see... Yeah, it has to be Napoli because Juve, I love Jonathan David, but Juve they're still not there yet. Inter are trash, and they lost their manager, and we've seen what happened to them over the past month or so. They're trash. AC Milan, they'll bounce back, but can you bounce from 7th? Well, Napoli bounced from 10th to 1st, but that's Antonio Conte. Totally different. Oh, yeah, they have Allegri. Yeah, no, they're not bouncing from 7th to 1st. Maybe top 4. They'll be top 4, but they're not going to bounce up to 1st. It's got to be Napoli, right? It has to be, right? Like Roma under Gasparini, maybe. Wouldn't shock me if they came out of nowhere. But Atalanta's not going to be up there, of course, because Gasparini left. Fiorentina, they'll be where they normally are. It has to be Napoli, right? If it's not them, Roma or AC Milan? Or is it just so bad that Juve, even if they're not the best, they find a way to win anyway? Like they used to. Germany, Bayern. Did you see the preseason game for Bayer Leverkusen? Yeah, no, Bayern's winning again, for sure. They're winning again, for sure. But, yeah, so I got Liverpool, Bayern, PSG, Barcelona, Napoli for the big 5. Relegation, Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley. Hold on. Burnley? Oh, yeah, they did just come back up, yeah. You probably have a good point. I feel like, yeah, you're right. The 3 promoted teams probably go straight back down. The only team that isn't a promoted team that I think might have a problem is Brentford. Brentford seems to me to be the most likely. Gazdag scored for Columbus, yep. For me, when it comes down to it, I gotta say Brentford seems the most in trouble in the Prem. That's not a newly promoted side. They seem like they'll be in trouble. Losing their best players, losing their manager, they're in trouble. They might be in trouble. Wolves, they're not as screwed as Brentford, I would say, out of the teams who are consolidated. so to speak. But yeah, Wolves, Palace might struggle with European football. Good point. They normally, 14th instead of 12th. I guarantee you, we'll see how they put all their eggs into the conference basket. Because if they do that, they should be able to have the squad to win the conference league because of them being a Prem team. If the 17th ranked Premier League team could win the Europa League, a 12th ranked FA Cup champion, because of reasons, can win the Conference League. I would say that. It won't be as easy as Chelsea, but we'll see. It's not the European football they wanted. They might be able to earn the one that they wanted next year if they win the conference, though. And since they probably see it coming, they'll actually, I think, isn't Texter selling anyway? So that shouldn't be a problem next year. I'd like to see Everton go down, but they're not. I'd like to see Everton go down, but they're not. They never won't. Or they never will go down. Everton. They never will. Celtic's going to win the Scottish Prem. Yeah. Like, that 1 year Rangers won it. That won't happen again. Very soon. Celtic still has... That was an absolute disaster for Celtic as much as it was an absolute amazing season for Rangers. In both cases. Both things have to happen. I don't think Celtic is going to have a disaster like that again. But at least not soon. Yeah, but wide for NYCFC. I mean, here's the thing, though, with European football. Yes, staying in the Prem is more lucrative, but there's also something called parachute payments. And I don't think Palace will be that bad to get relegated. They might struggle because of European football / struggle because they're Palace. But relegated, though? I don't think they're as bad as Brentford, Wolves, or the 3 promoted teams. And hell, I don't even think they're as bad as United. United might be a shocker. I'm not saying they're going to get relegated, but United finishing similar to where they finished last year could happen again. Wouldn't shock me by any means. I don't think United's going to bounce back that easily. Bounce back to 10th? Wouldn't totally shock me if they did that. Would it shock me if United stayed around the level that they stayed at or finished last year? For sure. I don't think Palace is that bad. I don't think they're as bad as the promoted teams, and I don't think they're as bad as Brentford or Wolves. So that's 6 teams that I think they'd finish above even if they struggle because of European football or just the fact that they're Palace. So, we'll see. Goal for New England. Portugal, probably Benfica. I would agree with that. Chancalay scored for New England, yes. I'm just waiting for the Toronto game to start, but yes, he did. 1-1 for a draw for the Revs and City, Orlando City. As a City fan, I laugh at the failure of United. I think we all do. I think it's funny. Like, and it's honestly Sir Alex's fault just as much as it is the Glazers. Sir Alex thought he was untouchable. He thought United was untouchable. He thought United would never fail, even if he left. And then the guy he picked to replace him was not even good enough for United. But it's not the first horrible decision that Sir Alex made. He basically made the team get sold because he got screwed on money he was going to be paid for stud rights for a horse. And then guess what? He got the team sold to the freaking Glazers. It's all, honestly, it's all Sir Alex's fault. If you really want to go there, his ego caused all this. But nobody's going to say that because that's sacrilege. Sir Alex was an amazing manager, but the man had an ego the size of frickin' the moon. Let's be real. I respect what he did as a manager, but his business sense was not even there. The man had no business sense. Like, I'm sure you make more money from coaching a world champion team, a multiple English champion team, a multiple European champion team than stud fees from a horse. And Orlando takes the lead. Just saying. But Guardiola, a handful of managers, one of only a handful of managers to have a 100% record against Ferguson. Bob Paisley, too. Yep. Here's the thing. Jurgen Klopp did it the right way. Speaking of cult of personality, winning era of a team and saving them. Because really, let's look at Sir Alex, all right? United had two good eras. The Busby Babes, Matt Busby, Sir Alex. In between, they were shit. After Sir Alex, they were shit. I can understand why they're angry, but let's be clear. Sir Alex had a good era for Man United, amazing era. Matt Busby. In between that, before that, in between that, and after that, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Let's not bury the lead here. But – 1-0 Philly. That doesn't surprise me. Bedoya. Huh. He's still kicking. Well, good for him. Good positioning for sure. But point is Jurgen Klopp did it the right way. He had time. He made Liverpool winners again. And then he left and gave the team to somebody who could build on what Klopp built on. Pep, if the 115 charges don't damn Man City to the National League, no disrespect, I'm just saying, Pep will give the team to somebody who he knows can keep Man City on a certain trajectory. I don't think Pep is going to put somebody there, if he has any choice in the matter, of make the team worse. Man City will still be good when Pep leaves. If they are still in the Prem, 2-0 Chicago. Still in the Prem, the 115 doesn't get them. Company? Actually, yeah, that's a good shout. Honestly, Company is a good shout. I think Company being the manager after Pep's a good shout. Look how he left Burnley for Bayern Munich. I don't think he does that if he doesn't know that he has to prove himself at a contending club. I would hate to see Maresca leave Chelsea for Man City, though. Unless we get Luis Enrique. I'll take that. But either way, I'd prefer it to be Company because I don't want Maresca to leave Chelsea. That would suck. For City, that would suck. I think Maresca's got something there, is all I'm saying. I think he's got something there. Goal for Charlotte, 2-1. I think Zaha. I think Maresca's got some working at Chelsea. I really do. Also, he stole like three youth players for Chelsea. Like from Man City for Chelsea, Cole Palmer, Delap. Cole Palmer and Delap, of course. It's like Chelsea loves signing players who went through City's academy. And it's worked. Well, true. Or Brighton. That's also somehow worked. Cucurella, João Pedro, it somehow worked. I won't question it. I think Argentina and Spain are teams to beat. I would agree with that. I'm glad somebody made me happy. My luck, right? Hey, maybe the gods decided Chelsea win the Club World Cup, but we can't let Ryan be too happy. We can't let Canada win. We got to take all the energy from them to make sure Chelsea somehow pulls this off. I can't be too happy, can I? It's not like they were a favorite to do what they did. They got lucky. Chelsea got lucky that the bracket fell their way and then they somehow beat PSG. I still can't believe that happened, but either way. Tuchel could get England to the final, just not convinced they have that flair. But here's the thing about Tuchel, though, and I know this, and you should too. Tuchel's a very good knockout manager. He's very good at managing knockout games. If there's anybody who could win the World Cup for England, it's Thomas Tuchel. Like, they may look like shit. That Chelsea team didn't look so fun, but they won. That's what matters. Like, on paper, that Chelsea team had very dynamic players. They did enough to win. They did play sort of boringly, especially knockout-wise, during that Champions League run, but it was worth it because they won. Hell, even the Prem games that they won, that run that they had. It's not like they sucked in the Prem and won the Champions League. They were good at pretty much both. I mean, he beat Pep, 4 times in a row? Tuchel knows. He's very good at knockout football. Those Prem wins in a row were one thing. The Champions League run was another. So on paper, yeah, England has dynamic players. But if Tuchel gets them playing the right way and very, very well drilled, which we know he can do that with not much time either. We know he can because I've seen it and it was pretty fun to watch. Well, it was fun to watch the wins. It wasn't really fun to watch the process. But either way, all respect to Thomas Tuchel, forever and always. If there's anybody who could win the England men a World Cup, it's Thomas Tuchel. I'm not saying I'd predict them to do it, but it wouldn't shock me if he did. Wouldn't shock me if he did. It's not like that Chelsea team played off the post, chunk-a-lie over the bar. It's not like that Chelsea team played shit teams either to get to that final either. I mean, let's just be totally clear. Yeah, I saw. Funny. No. No. Tuchel at City on the back of a World Cup or Euros win wouldn't be a bad shout. No. You get Maresca, we get Tuchel back. That's the only way this works. We get Tuchel back, you get Maresca. That I will be fine with that. Okay? No. I could not stand seeing Tuchel at City. Nah, that would not be good. No. You could take Maresca, we'll take Tuchel back. We'll take him back. Works for me. Miami scores a fourth. Messi. Duh. Actually, Chelsea will take Tuchel back. You could take Maresca. That works for me. That works for me. When does the game start? 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. So, shouldn't take much longer. Yeah, of course. At least second place. Oh, well, here we go. Well, they do take about 10 minutes to set it up. So, yeah, right on time. Yes, they will. Second place, the Prem. Good Champions League run. Good FA Cup run. At least FA Cup semi. EFL quarter. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but, it'd be nice. Either way, Owusu's been unreal for Montreal lately. Yeah, and we have a shit striker, so we got played again. We got played again. I don't know which one's worse. Letting go of Jesus Jimenez and he just starts potting him in India, or losing Owusu to Montreal and he's actually been pretty good for him. Which one's worse? Which one's worse? I don't know. I don't know which one's worse. Rashford's going to Barcelona. That is so bad. Joe Willis in goal for Nashville. The back four are Lovitz, Palacios, Zimmerman, Nahar, Tagseth and Brugman, defensive midfield. Kassem and Wheel, the attacking midfielders. Surridge and Mukhtar, the forwards. 4-2-2-2. Oh, you're ballsy, BJ Callahan. And Schaffelberg's not even on the bench. What is your problem with Jacob Schaffelberg? What is it? Trade him back then. Sean Johnson in goal. Kobe Franklin, Sigurd Råstedt, Kevin Long, Cozy Thompson, Richie Larea, Alonso Coelho, Maxime Dominguez, Matty Longstaff, DeAndre Kerr, Theo Corbianu, and a six-man bench for Toronto FC. I think Alonso won't give Madrid what they want. Were you watching the Club World Cup? So far, he hasn't. I don't see it being any different. I feel like they're papering over cracks, and it just ain't working. Do that what you will. I think you're right. FA Cup, and they'll win the FA Cup. We'll see how far they get for the Champions League, but FA Cup and second place in the Prem. So they'll be right there. At least an FA Cup. For sure. Yes, for sure. It's still early days to predict the World Cup. Would need to see once the draw is made. Spain's looking good. Teams are walking out. Nashville wearing yellow. Toronto wearing red. Yeah, I don't predict tournaments till the day before or so because of injuries and draws, especially injuries. I feel like it's stupid to predict something this early. A year out of the final, 11 months out of the start of the tournament, you're out of your mind. I need to see the qualifiers, of course. I need to see injury possibilities or who does get injured and who's healthy. I need to see the draw. So I'll predict it a day before the tournament, depending on how the schedule looks. Portugal, dark horses. Belgium can maybe make a final push for the golden generation. Nah, that won't happen. Euro was probably the chance for that. Germany will do okay, but they won't win. Nashville are having a good season. I agree with that. France's domination period has passed. Yeah. Mbappe's getting more egotistical by the minute, so for sure. Has Chelsea ever won the EFL Cup? Yes, they have. When it was the Capital One Cup. The Capital One Cup. They won it then. They won it when Jose first came over. They've won it multiple times, just not as the Carabao Cup. or the EFL Cup for that matter. As the Capital One Cup, they won it. They won it as the Carling Cup. They've won it multiple times, just not as the Carabao Cup, because that cup has changed sponsors as many times as I've changed jerseys over the past month. I agree with that. England, their home Euros, the final hurrah for the current generation. They should have reached the final in 2018 and 2022. Should have won the Euros in 21. Forza Italia. I love that 2021 final. I loved it. AC Milan have already made a ton of money selling Modric jerseys. Chelsea won it many times. That 2021 Euros final, one of the best days of my life. One of the best days of my life. Forza Italia. Forza Italia. I hope the Italian women do the same thing on Tuesday in the semifinal of the Women's Euros. They won't, but it'd be awesome if they would. It'd be awesome if they did. They're not. I know they're losing. I know the Italian women are going to lose on Tuesday. I know. They're not beating a Serena Vigman England team. They're not. I know they're losing. Let me hope. Then again, no, I thought that Italy team was going to win back in 2021 on the men's side. So, yeah, let me hope. But I know Italy's probably losing. I know they are. I know they are. They're not as good. I was at that final. It was painful, but Southgate screwed up the penalty selections. Southgate screwed up everything. Who are we kidding? Like, Southgate is one of the most, well, not overrated, but that dude got away with so many screw-ups, it isn't even funny. Well, it was funny to me, but as an Italy fan, it was funny to me. But do with that what you will. It was funny to me, but, you know, the Carabao Cup is the EFL Cup, is the Capital One Cup, is the Carling Cup. Come on now. You're a Chelsea fan and you don't know all the names that cup had? Come on now. Come on now. I'm not even a Euro snob. Dude, I'm a redneck. I'm surprised that we're having such a civil conversation about football with an English fan. All respect, by the way. I haven't been called a redneck yet, but I'll disarm you. I'm a redneck and I know all the names of the Carabao Cup. Just because I love CONCACAF more because I don't want to be called a redneck by somebody who I know more than. Not saying, well, or at least know the same amount. No disrespect. That's more at other Euro snobs. Either way, you know. Either way. I know the names of that trophy. It's the same trophy, Pacharo. See, now you're being the Yank. Coca-Cola Cup, Milk Cup. Yes, it was. Go back to the Coca-Cola Cup, please. Lol. Italy's not as good as England, though. Or Sweden, for that matter. Game's about to start. Sadly enough, they're not. But I love the nice conversation we're having. See, this is what I like. See, I like when English fans can talk to people who live on the other side of the ocean and are from the other side of the ocean and are like, you know what? You know your stuff, or at least it's a nice conversation. You just don't get shouted down for being a redneck or a Yank. I'm glad. I wish it could be more like this. Oh, Elfaf's the VAR referee. Really? Okay. All right. At least we'll have good VAR calls, I guess. That's the first time I've seen Elfaf do an MLS game in ages. And he's in the freaking VAR booth. It's been a while. But I just have to say, I love these types of moments. I wish it could be like this all the time. I mean, yeah, there are. I've been wowed. Game's about to start. They won the Intercontinental Cup multiple times. Chelsea's won the Intercontinental Cup now. Also, the actual Club World Cup as well, but FIFA changed. See, there's a difference. FIFA said the old Club World Cup is now the Intercontinental Cup. So anybody who's won the old Club World Cup, it was always going to go this way because look at the trophy for the Intercontinental Cup. What does it look like? The old Club World Cup. What does those regional trophies during the Intercontinental Cup look like? The exact same trophy, just recolored as the old Club World Cup. Of course it was always going to go this way. And then the new Club World Cup became the Club World Cup. I can understand the change. And we're off 0-0. So it's a totally different thing. If somebody says a trophy is now, you won is now X instead of Y, it is what it is now. So Chelsea has technically won it all, even though I'd love to see them win the Champions League again so they could actually win the Intercontinental Cup as the Intercontinental Cup. But they technically have won because of winning in 2021 or winning the 2021 Club World Cup. Even though back then it was the Club World Cup, and I watched that Palmeiras game knowing it was the Club World Cup. So I can't really be gaslit, but if you want to go there, we'll go there. Rumbelows Cup, yep. And we're all Nashville are huge favorites. Football's global. Sergei Boyko, hey, at least Elfaf's the VAR referee. Ay. Sport is global. Elfaf is VAR. Exactly. It's two different things now. I'm a big Gridiron fan, played it, watched it obviously as an Englishman, didn't grow up in that culture. Doesn't mean I can't talk about it, enjoy it. Likewise for you, football/soccer. I like the word football, by the way. I don't say the word soccer unless I have to. The word soccer makes me want to puke. So I may not be a Euro snob, but I prefer the word football. Very much so. Unless I say Major League Soccer or Canada Soccer or U.S. Soccer. Only when I have to, like the names of the league or the federation where that is the name. And I still try to not say it as much as I can. So. Or NWSL. I normally just say the yeah. Initialism. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. But hey, maybe we'll see you for a gridiron game when Mississippi State plays this fall. Hail State. As I said, redneck. I was born in the SEC, the Southeastern Conference. College football is a thing for me, all right? Hail State. We might be shit, but Hail State. Forever and always. Maybe we'll see you for the fall. Or the NFL playoffs in January if you stay for that long. If you stay for that long. I prefer state. College is honestly better at this point, but you know. Gridiron's kind of growing over there in England, I gotta say. You know, NFL, college, especially NFL, it's growing over there because they've been going over and playing games over there, and it's nice. Also, Steelers playing in Ireland is cool. I wish I could be there. I know I do have Irish blood as well, which that's why it's cool for me. I wish I could be there to see the Steelers play in Ireland, but at least I'll watch it on TV. I'm not missing that one. Go live for it? Probably not. But watch it? Yes. Even though, as I said, I root for the Steelers for reasons. For reasons. Rory knows. Blitzo ain't here, but he knows. I know. Either way, I root for the Steelers for reasons. Bandwagon them for reasons. So it's kind of cool. I always had a soft spot for them, but it just worked out that I have an even softer spot for them now. My dad did grow up a Steelers fan. That's not why I have a soft spot or a softer spot for them. But I never hated the Steelers as a Patriots fan because we beat them all the time anyway. But never had a problem with them. I mean, my dad grew up a Steelers fan, so I never had a problem with the Steelers. And then, of course, things played out to a way where I have an even softer spot for the Steelers. Doesn't hurt that the Patriots suck either. And here comes Nashville, so that's out. So exactly, the old Club World Cup trophy, which is now the IC Cup, is still lineal to the expanded Club World Cup. Don't do that. See, I will say this. I hope Donald Trump ain't joking about the executive order to call it football. Do it, you coward. Do it, you coward. Do it. Do it. There are some things you need to do, you coward, and one of them is do that executive order to make it called football. The second thing, well, everybody's been complaining about it for like 2 weeks. And I have been complaining too. So do that as well. Release the LIST, coward. Either way. Penn Quakers, your college team as you went to UPenn. Yeah, that's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. Like, yeah, no, like, I mean, I respect it. You went there. That's a tragedy. That's like rooting for SIUE. I think they have a football team. I don't know. Well, I think they do, actually. Either way. It's like, you know they're not doing anything, says the guy who roots for Mississippi State. They play in the SEC. They were number 1 in the nation 10 years ago. 10 years ago. We'll get back there one day. We'll get back there. We will make the playoff one day. One day, Mississippi State will be in the college football playoff. We should have been there 10 years ago, but now there's 12 teams. We will be there one day. We will make it one day. We will make it one day, and I will laugh. I will say, I told you so, and then you lose to Notre Dame. Yeah, that's not good. Your NFL team is the Jets. Ah! Oh. Steelers bandwagon and Patriots fan. Yeah, no. Nah. Now that's bad taste. I'm sorry. That's bad taste. The Jets, that's bad taste here. Nah. Oh, look, there's your daddy. That's bad taste. Oh, and by the way, the Patriots still suck ass, and they still own the Jets. Hey, we still suck, and we still own the Jets. How is that possible? Was Wembley earlier for the boxing Usyk, right? Well, I mean, yeah, you should. I wouldn't be surprised if you were. I wouldn't be surprised if you hated the Patriots as a Jets fan. You should. And I hate y'all. And I hate y'all. The feeling's mutual. The feeling is mutual. Feeling is mutual. NFL teams I hate: Giants, Cowboys, Patriots, Dolphins, maybe Packers. Can't hate the setup and how the fans own it. I respect how the fans own the Packers, but I don't like the Packers. At least you don't hate the Steelers. I'll give you that one. Steelers are kind of like an English team, though. Like, you know, the fan base of the Steelers is kind of like an English team. It gives off that vibe. You know? I can sort of understand that. 10 minutes in, 0-0. I can sort of understand that. So maybe there's a respect there as well. But I hate the Dolphins too. I hate the Giants too, obviously. I'm sure you know 18-1, Super Bowl 42, Super Bowl 46. I'm sure you know why I hate the Giants. I'm sure you know why. Cowboys, I'd hate them if it wasn't for Dak Prescott. I have to root for them because Dak Prescott plays there, as Mississippi State legend Dak Prescott, mind you. The guy who made them relevant, Mississippi State. The guy who got them to number 1 in the country. Yeah, no, I have to root for them because of Dak. I don't like it. I have to. When he leaves, I'll hate the Cowboys just as much as I used to. So it's at least 4 more years of rooting for the Cowboys. But I can still laugh at them when they lose because it's never really Dak's fault. I'll never blame him anyway. I'll never blame him anyway. I can't wait till he leaves them. I can't do this for much longer. I can't root for the Cowboys for much longer. I can't do it. I can't do it. Also, yeah, Brandon Aubrey, former Toronto FC player. He played for TFC. The kicker for the Cowboys, he played for TFC. So, there's that too, but I'm not just going to root for the Cowboys because he's there. I'm not going to do that. For a kicker who played for Toronto FC, like, I'll be happy for Brandon Aubrey if he does good things after Dak leaves, but I ain't rooting for the Cowboys just for a kicker who played for Toronto FC for 1 season. Also trained at Mississippi State with their kicking coach as well. So there's that as well. That was a cool thing to find out. So he didn't play at State, but either way. MLF sounds better than MLS anyway. I don't like the 49ers. I don't either. So I agree with you there. Live in Philly, hate the Eagles. I'd prefer the Eagles over the Chiefs. Both times they made the Super Bowl against them, I rooted for the Eagles. I don't like the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs. I think everybody does at this point. Ivy League football is shit, though. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. I think everything's shit because, as I said, I was born in the Southeastern Conference. I think everything is shit that isn't the Southeastern Conference, except for Michigan, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and that's about it. Header. Cleared away. Yeah, that's about it. Shot. Wide. Yeah, that's about it. Really. Anything that Ohio State, I hate Ohio State, but I know they're good. They're defending national champions. Michigan, they're good. Notre Dame, they're good. Other than that, you don't deserve my respect. If you ain't in the Southeast United States, especially in the Southeastern Conference, you do not deserve my respect. And hell, I don't even respect some SEC teams. Texas A&M, I don't respect you. Mizzou, I don't respect you. You shouldn't be there. One's a cult, and Mizzou's a joke. At least Oklahoma and Texas fit. I just hate Texas, but I respect them. But I hate Texas. Like, It just means more. Southeastern Conference, it just means more. That's not a tagline, that's the truth. It's not a tagline, it's the truth. Played rugby at Penn. Ah, so you pulled a Mike Leach. Mike Leach played rugby at BYU. Legend. Always, forever and always, rest in peace, fair winds following seas, Mike Leach. We miss him. I miss him. Penalty shootout loss. Jets were like the old man city before their success. They have history but starve of success. That's true. And then they were under the thumb of one of their division rivals for 20 years. And still are, even though that division rival might suck ass now. Or they're on their way back, but for a couple of years there, they really sucked ass. Like it used to be the old days. I mean, the Patriots used to suck ass too. Then Tom Brady changed all that. Well, Drew Bledsoe did a little bit as well. But, then Tom Brady really changed it. 5-1 Miami. They have one. What do you mean? His name is Drake May. They have one. His name is Drake May. Just like they have another Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel. They have them. You disrespect the young king, Drake May? What's wrong with you? You disrespect the young king, Drake May? You disrespect the leader, the general, Mike Vrabel? Huh? Huh? Are you good? Are you okay there? 16th minute. Come on now. So, they already have him. Usyk destroyed Dubois. That doesn't surprise me at all. Steelers are a bit like Brian Clough, Nottingham Forest. That's actually a really good shout. I love that shout. Corbianu, cross in, shot. I'd tell a certain somebody that somebody compared the Steelers to Brian Clough, Nottingham Forest, but they know nothing about football. They said, I'll watch it because of you, but they know nothing about football. Means I get to teach a lot. That's nice. Well, and by football, I mean association football. But I get to teach a lot. Yay. I love that. Be like, yeah, I'll watch football because of you. It seems like a fun sport if there's a reason to watch it. Well, yeah, now you have one. No, I won't tell them to bet on a game, though. And bet on the over and the fact that, no, I won't do that again. They didn't listen to me about the Jamaica-Cuba game back last September. Thank God. No, never tell somebody you really care about how to bet on a game if you're an expert at a certain sport. Never do it. It's different. Like telling your channel, hey, here are my predictions. Do with them what you will. Is a different thing. Never tell somebody you really care about how to bet on a game. It blows up in your face, and if they listen, they're pissed at you, which luckily, no listening, thank God. Because that game ended up 0-0 because Steve McLaren is a dinosaur. He's a horrible manager. A very horrible manager. I don't even know if Jamaica will make the World Cup. Yes, I will still. Steve McLaren is the worst. Also, another point is Steve McLaren is the worst. What are they doing? What are they doing? Well, the Cowboys are only America's team because the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't want to be called America's team. They were supposed on that highlight film to be called America's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Chief Rooney said, we are not America's team, we are the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what? They have fans everywhere. They don't need to call themselves America's team because they know they are truly America's team. See, that's why they didn't do it. They are the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have their own identity, but they're confident about who they are and the fact they have fans across the country and the world. The Dallas Cowboys are a bunch of punks who only had really 5 years of success. Then as soon as Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson, guess what happened? Jimmy Johnson was the guy who had that team succeeding. And yeah, Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl, sure. But Jerry Jones won the reason why they succeeded. And they hold on to that like it's everything. You played yourself. You played yourself. Are you really America's team, though? Or are you just America's team because the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't have to scream it from the rooftops? We just know they are. We just know they are. Do that what you will, you know? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I love... Well, no, you know, at this point, I actually feel sorry for the Buffalo Bills. That's because Tom Brady's not playing anymore. It was fun to see Tom Brady just own them all the time, but now I'm feeling sorry for him. Maybe it's because of the fact they're basically Toronto's team. But either way, 21st minute. Don't like the Colts or the Bears. Yeah, I don't really like them either. Ravens, man, I hate the Ravens. I hate the Ravens as much as a Steelers fan should hate the Ravens. I hate Baltimore. I hated them when Flacco was there. I hated them. I hate them now. Ravens-Patriots was a rivalry unlike no other in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And I'm still not over it. And we got the best of them most of it. You know, I hate the Ravens. I hate them like a Steelers fan should. I probably hate them more than a Steelers fan hates the Ravens. We're going to find out. We're going to find out pretty soon. I hate Baltimore. Always will. Always have. Always will. Always have. Always will. No. No. Dude, the only reason have you noticed whenever TFC plays Miami, I still wear a TFC jersey? A TFC shirt? Do you realize that? The only time I wear a Miami jersey is when they're playing a game against somebody else because it helps the Messi fans. I don't even really... You want me to be real? I don't even like Miami at this point. I think they're a bunch of heels at this point. I think they're a bunch of jokes at this point. I think they're a bunch of frauds. I can't admit it, though, because the Messi fans will get on my ass if I say it, especially on one of their streams. Do I really like Miami at this point? Hell no. It was a cool little face run, but it's kind of like at this point, I don't know, Cody Rhodes in WWE right now. If you actually cheer for them, you are an idiot. And have you seen Cody losing his mind? The dude is a snake. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. The man is not a freaking baby face. Just like Messi and Miami are not baby faces. He is a fraud. Cody Rhodes and Inter Miami are the same coin. They are a fraud. They are fraudulent. They are not faces. They are pushed down our throats because, oh, guess what? Messi wears pink. Now, I know how to work a crowd. I know how to work a crowd. But should I go full John Cena and just say, you know what? GFY? Maybe I should. But I won't because I know better. But hey, maybe after Messi leaves, I'll tell them what it really is. And go full 2025 John Cena. I know how to cut a promo that sounds like a Cena promo. I'm very good at that. So, better than John cuts a promo, but I know how to make it sound like one. Do that what you will. Do that what you will. Fair enough. Hate the Buccaneers too as a City fan. I mean, I'm a Bucs fan because of Tom Brady, but, you know. In the UK, we don't have the same college sporting culture you do. The US, mainly because people would only support the teams, the university they attended. I also think college sport works because US college players go on to be professional stars. It's not like that here. As I said, I was born in the Southeastern Conference. I was born in Mississippi. I didn't go to Mississippi State, but the only thing you can choose from the state of Mississippi is college team. My dad would have went to state if he didn't go be a Marine. He's a state fan more than an Ole Miss fan. I didn't go to state, but I root for Mississippi State because that's the team I chose. And I hate Ole Miss like it's no tomorrow. He doesn't for some reason, but, do that what you will. Maybe my kids will go to state. Maybe my future kids, one of them will go to Mississippi State. Maybe the third time's the charm. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'd be proud. I'd be very proud if that happened, but, Also have a soft spot for Notre Dame for the same reasons I have a soft spot for the Steelers. So. Didn't say I want my future kids to go to Notre Dame, but if they're smart enough, cool, I guess. 26 minute, but exactly. 0-0. Tight game so far. Steve McLaren's still managing for Jamaica, yes. Yes, he is. And I want to rip my eyes out every time I watch a Jamaica game that he coaches. I want to gouge my eyeballs out. Every time I watch a Jamaica game that Steve McLaren manages, I want to gouge my eyeballs out. It's been that way since September. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. Well, I do watch a lot of bad football. Who am I kidding? But I don't think I've ever been closer to wanting to gouge my eyeballs out. Well, that and Burnley. That and Sean Dyche's Burnley. Yeah, good point. I don't like 4-4-2 2006 level English football, hoofball. I hate it. I hate it. Especially nowadays. Like in 2006, 2007 when Toronto played that way, I still didn't like it, but that was the style of the time. Nowadays, when you play offensive football, it makes you want to gouge my eyeballs out. Steve McLaren style, dinosaur style, Tony Pulis style, Sean Dyche, Burnley, and a goal for Nashville. 1-0, Sam Surridge, his third goal against TFC for the year. What a mistake. '28th minute. How we doing? I mean, they're getting better. They're starting to find their way around. They have some really good prospects. Mexico's starting to figure it out. Sean Johnson leaves that rebound open, and Sam Surridge jumps on it. Hani Mukhtar with a shot. Rebound, Sam Surridge taps it in. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Manchester, I go watch ice hockey. Big up Manchester Storm ice hockey. Well, I love hockey too. That's my 1A, 1B sport. I love hockey as much as I do football. Go Leafs, go. It's not fun when it gets to April, but one day they'll win the Stanley Cup. One day the Toronto Maple Leafs will win the Stanley Cup. Looks like they're checking it. Kerr? Yep, they're going to kick off. It counts. Nashville's been the better team for most of the half. 28th minute. Miami won a trophy and won the league. As a WWE fan, I'm going to give an edgy take. I like Cody, but he's not a star. John Cena's a star. The Rock's a star. Steve Austin, Sting, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Roman Reigns, and Triple H, Mick Foley have star power. Cody's getting there. Being honest, a likable human being, but he doesn't have charisma. People shit on Brett for lacking mic skills, but Brett had far more charisma than a lot of the current batch. I agree with that. 30th minute. Of course, I'd be happy if Donnarumma was at Chelsea. I'm going to the Naked Gun premiere in London on Tuesday. Cody Rhodes is in the movie. I might be there, so I might meet Cody on Tuesday. Well, good for you. Good for you. I have no idea how McLaren's still in charge of Jamaica, but I'm not looking forward to watching them play this fall. And if I do gouge out my eyeballs, well, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Does Jamaica want to miss the World Cup? I mean, at least their group's easy. They might, though. Sam Surridge. Hani Mukhtar crosses over, cleared away. Toronto picks it up. Why does Bret Hart hate Goldberg? Because Bret Hart had his career ended by Goldberg. Goldberg is a absolute stiff working jackass. 28-minute goal, 1-0. Goldberg is just he took too many liberties with too many people. He ended Bret Hart's career. I don't blame Bret Hart for hating Goldberg. Now, Bret Hart, you could say he's a salty man. You could say Bret Hart is pissed off and like he never is happy. But the way it ended, I don't blame him. Goldberg took too many liberties with people. Too many. Goldberg was forever green. Goldberg was forever green. He still is. He had a freaking retirement match and he still worked like a greenhorn. Only reason Gunther didn't have any problems is because Gunther is a brick shithouse. I mean, good idea to have him be retired by Gunther. I'm not disagreeing, but, Goldberg never learned the basics. Dude never learned how to work a match. He was working matches for 20 effing years, and he still didn't know how to work a match. The freaking final match he ever worked. Goldberg took too many damn liberties. He did. I don't blame Bret Hart at all. I don't. I understand where Bret Hart's coming from. He got screwed over multiple times by multiple people, and his career ended because he had to be feuded up with damn Goldberg. Rookie Goldberg. Not that anything really changed, but, And then the stroke happened. He has the freaking concussion, then he ends up getting a stroke pretty much right after that. That's what truly ended his career. But who's to say the concussion had nothing to do with a stroke? You can't make that argument, or you can't really argue against it. So, I understand it. I'll admit I'm a Goldberg fan, but Bret being bitter, I don't blame him. Exactly. Well, at least the Bret part. "1-0 Nashville." I think he will soon. And Ballon d'Or candidate? Okay. I could see it. Yeah, but dude. The dude could barely do any bumps. He could barely take any bumps. He was protected by Tyson and David Hart Smith and Natalia. He got to do the sharpshooter a couple of times, sure. And his moves, his elbow drop, but wrestling? Okay, that's a little bit, that's stretching the truth a little bit. Like, yeah, he wrestled, but that's stretching the truth a little bit. Yeah, he was the U.S. champion for a week, but again, you're stretching the truth a little bit. Like, I wasn't watching week in, week out, but around the time Bret Hart came back, I was watching in 2010. I remember watching those matches. I'm like, And I remember watching like a retrospective. So I knew how Bret Hart, how good he was before the network. I knew how good he was. And I'm like, dude, that felt like he tried to make things right, but he should have never done it anyway. You know? It felt like he was trying to make things right so he wouldn't be bitter, but he should have never done it anyway, Like, that just felt like elder abuse, what they did to him. And pulling him out there to do what they did with the Team WWE and the fact he was wrestling 6-man tags with David Hart Smith and Tyson Kidd. I felt sad for him. I'm like, he couldn't take a bump. He did his moves, and he looked like an old man. He looks better now than he did back then. Weirdly. I know wrestling, you never retire, even if you get medically retired. I know that's the thing. But, dude, that was not needed. I'm sorry. That was not needed. Yeah, Bret had cancer, stroke. Bret lost his brother under shockingly tragic circumstances, the concussion, the stroke, so-called fan who attacked him, the legal issues with WWE. Bret's had a lot of shit to deal with in his life. I feel for him. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Team WWE, Team Cena. Just imagine Bret losing his career early when his friends and contemporaries like Undertaker and Sting went on for ages, and even Steve Austin returned for a final match. Fair. Bret never got his send-off. That's true. He still never really did, even in 2010. He never really did. Which... Sting, yep. Why is Goldberg mad about his retirement match? He didn't win. That's why Goldberg's mad. He didn't win. That's why he's mad. He didn't win. He had to go out on his back. Even though Gunther is 10 times better than Goldberg ever was. And I mean the whole career that Gunther had. Like, have you watched Gunther's Progress matches? Have you watched his indie matches? Have you watched the WWE NXT UK matches Gunther had? Have you watched... Dude, he was... Hell, before people ever knew, well, Walter, but, dude, he's been doing this for years. Like, he's been good for like a decade. He's been class for a decade, Gunther, Walter. He's been class for a decade. Like, dude, watch his matches in Progress. Watch his indie matches. I'm telling you. He may look a little bit heavier, but ain't nothing different. They didn't do nothing to change him, except he did get into better shape. I will admit that. Like, throughout his career, he's gotten into better shape. But they didn't change a thing about him, except his name and the fact he got himself into better shape. But nothing is different. Like, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Yeah, true, the speech got cut off, but that's true. Fair enough. I can understand why he's pissed about that. But I think he's more pissed about the fact he had to go out on his back. Yeah, Undertaker having the last ride match, or yeah, the match with AJ as his goodbye match. Yeah, that sucked. I won't lie. But the match itself, like the cinematic match, was amazing. I'm not saying it wasn't, but the fact that Undertaker pretty much, Cozy Thompson is off for Tyrese Spicer. Toronto 1-0 down. Spicer's on. Goldberg and AEW have now started talking. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Tony Khan, you idiot. Let me guess. Tony Khan's going to give that man a bag to let Goldberg become the AEW World Champion, isn't he? Tony Khan, you are too predictable, you idiot. You are too predictable, you damn idiot. Jesus Christ. Playing forward. Surge. Shot. Clear the damn ball. Good. Yeah, Triple H could get a goodbye match, but Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt were ordered to drop their belts to Goldberg. Goldberg thinks he was hard done by. Oh yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started at all. Kevin Owens dropping the belt to Goldberg was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. 2018. Either way, just have Kevin Owens freaking feud with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. The Face of America gimmick. My God. Kevin Owens got, honestly, that's when Kevin Owens getting cooled off started. And for a while, then he became a punk-ass talk show host. And Kevin Owens never really got a push again until Triple H took over. Kevin Owens deserved better for 4 years in there. After he dropped the Universal title to when he started getting his push again, there was 4 years in there where Kevin Owens deserved better. And he might be totally done. At least he had that push at the end there. But nah, that doesn't make me happy there. Bray Wyatt is the Fiend, dropping the belt to Goldberg. A Bray Wyatt Braun Strowman match, if COVID still happened, would have been better than Goldberg Braun or Roman Goldberg. You're telling me that Goldberg should be the one to drop the belt to Roman and then Braun because of COVID? What? I think everybody could agree that at the time, even though Roman Reigns was still not liked at the time, Roman Reigns was still better than Goldberg in 2020. That would not have put Roman over a bit. I guess COVID was a good thing. And it didn't put Braun over either. It just ruined the Fiend. And then Bray ended up dying, 3 years later? No, he dropped the belt to Braun. He would have dropped the belt to Roman if COVID didn't happen. Let's not forget that Lesnar had the WWE title belt. He dropped that to Drew. That was always going to happen. Braun won the Universal title because of COVID, because Roman had cancer, or he formerly had leukemia twice, and because of immunocompromisation, they didn't want to, he took time off, and then he also found a way to get the heel turn. But Roman would have won the belt had COVID not happened, is my point. But then it happened that he pulled out due to which is fine. It's probably one of the best things that ever could have happened for him, because that's what led to the tribal chief. Because he said, if I'm coming back, I'm turning heel. And Paul's writing my creative for me. And I have creative control. And Vince was fine with that. Roman mostly did it for health reasons. Partially did it to be like, hey, let's... And Roman never got COVID, or at least when it first happened. I think, didn't he get it during day one, which led to the... he got it during day one, but that was a year later. He got it before day one, which led to Brock winning the WWE title from Big E, which led to the titles being merged at WrestleMania. But at first, Roman didn't get COVID until the January after. He just pulled out because of the fact that we didn't know what to do. Or nobody knew what to do. But he got his heel turn because of it and a world title run. And I think it was the best thing that could ever happen for him. And I think Roman would say the same thing. Like, if you asked Roman, you probably ask him, what's the best thing that happened to you during your career? Like, he probably would say the fact that COVID happened got him to start the tribal chief gimmick and basically push his way to having the heel turn and getting what he got. I think he would agree. And 3 minutes of stoppage time. Like, let's realize that if COVID never happened, we'd still be stuck with a Roman Reigns that nobody wanted to watch. So, everything you're saying makes sense, yeah. Goldberg never deserved the endless, let's put it like this, the endless rocket ship that he got. And he left a lot. Let's be real. Like, he left WWE high and dry a couple of times. And they still gave him a rocket ship whenever he came back. He left when Brock left. Let's not forget, the first time he left for 10 years was he left when Brock left the first time. And then Goldberg just dropped off the face of the earth. At least Brock did UFC and did NFL, tried to. But they both walked out at the same time. But, like, here's the thing for me. Like, Brock Lesnar, he's a different cat. And he wanted to right the wrong. But when Brock got the forever push, it was believable because Brock is a real badass. Like, that man went to UFC and won. And won. And won. Like, you cannot tell me that the push that Brock Lesnar got was dumb. Because that man kicked real fighters' asses. And he was better than Goldberg as well. But Brock legit is a badass. And the UFC proved that. Like, you can't not push him the way they pushed him. Like, you cannot. You got to make Brock a hard wrestler to beat. Like, you have to. Especially when he came back. Like, you could not just have Brock be a beatable guy. Now, I know they had John Cena beat him the first match back, which, John Cena fan here, I'll admit that was stupid. I'll admit. John's my guy. John's my GOAT. Always will be. I love John. I will admit, Extreme Rules 2012 was the dumbest shit ever. Like, he had to get his win back, which he did against The Rock the next year, but that was the dumbest shit ever. No. Like, John's my guy. Point blank. Always will be. Even as a heel, I still root for him like he's still a face, because this heel turn is damn stupid. But either way, yeah, Extreme Rules 2012 was the stupidest finish. John should have lost that match. He should have. I don't understand why they had John go over. Except the fact he's John Cena. Now, SummerSlam 2014, I didn't like the ending. As again, John Cena fan, or the way they put him down, but it made sense. It's Brock Lesnar. Duh. Halftime, 1-0. But then again, you could just say, well, hey, you know what? John Cena going down like that at SummerSlam 14 makes sense because look at Extreme Rules 2012. I think they should rebalance the karma there. I really feel like they took what they were going to do to Daniel Bryan and just made John Cena do it. I really do. Which is funny because, 4 years later or so, 5 years later, you have Daniel Bryan wrestling Brock Lesnar and they actually have a good match. I mean, yeah, there were German suplexes, but it wasn't like 16 suplexes. Basically a grandiose squash match. No, Bryan and Brock had a good match. They did. Al Bryan was a heel at the time, but still, Survivor Series 2019. Bryan and Brock had a damn good match. Or 2018. It was 18. It was 4 years. Either way. My bad. 19 is when Bryan lost the belt. Either way, they had a good match. Which is funny because I believe in 2014, they basically took exactly what they were going to do to Daniel Bryan. Because I think they were going to put on Brock anyway. And just had happened to John Cena. Which made no sense, but I guess it rebounces the karma from 2012. But, I mean, AJ Styles and Brock was better. You know what? You're right, though. The John Cena or the AJ Styles Brock Lesnar match was better than Bryan and Brock. But that Bryan and Brock match was pretty good, though. Nobody really remembers it the same, though. That's the thing. Like, go back and watch it, though. Like, Bryan was a heel, but had to sort of work face because it's Brock. But it was a good match. It was an amazing match. It was an amazing match. I thought AJ and Brock was good, too. That was a good match, too. But let's not forget how good Bryan versus Brock was. Let's not forget that. Like, I mean, I love Bray. I have all the respect in the world for Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. Legend. Genius. Should have had his own creative control and almost did until he came back shortly, then left and passed. Kevin Owens, though. Like, Kevin Owens got cooled off for 5 years because of losing to Goldberg. Bray could have made it back if he didn't die. Like, the only reason why Bray, it's more of a tragedy, is like, yeah, the Fiend character got killed, but Bray is a genius. Bray had something with a Wyatt 6. He had something there. And Triple H was in power by then. If Bray didn't die, I do believe Bray would have had some with a Wyatt 6. I think he had something. Bray always found a way. No matter what gimmick he had. He's got the whole world in his hands gimmick. The Eater of Worlds. It was a little bit different. Like early on Wyatt family, NXT Wyatt family, early on main roster Wyatt family, 2017-ish, The Fiend. He always found a way to knock it out of the park. Bray did. Bray had more to work with when it comes to building his career back up from where losing to Goldberg put him. Sadly enough, he only had a little bit. He got released. He only had a little bit with the Wyatt 6 character. He got out of action. Then he died. If Bray didn't die, I think he would have made it back of his own, like clawing his way back up there with the Wyatt 6 gimmick. I really believe that. 100%. Because that man is a genius. Creatively. He is a genius. He knocked it out of the park with everything he did. In that Bray Wyatt character, but the Eater of Worlds, he's got the whole world in his hands. The Fiend, Wyatt 6, he had it. Firefly Funhouse, like, Bray always found a way, and even if you thought his character was written off, he always found a way to claw his way back because he always found a way to sell it. Kevin Owens was worse because Kevin Owens pretty much, he can't do anything to save himself from losing to Goldberg and then being cooled down for 4 or 5 years. There was nothing he could do. Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens. Vince did not like Kevin Owens. He turned him into a bitch-ass talk show host. He didn't understand. He saw Kevin is fat in his eyes. Kevin looks like a guy you'd find on the street, which that's kind of bullshit. He's a real badass. But either way, you know, I don't. 8 minutes till the second half. We got to take a short break soon, but I think Bray would have made it back. Like, it was. I don't even know why Goldberg went after Asuka. It made no sense to me. It made zero sense to me. And yeah, no, the Watt 6 gimmick would have worked out for Bray if he stayed alive. Here's the thing. I think after the streak ended and Sting came to WWE, I actually think a Bray versus Sting match would have worked, with the creepiness and skin-crawling nature of the Bray gimmick and the supernatural dark demeanor of Sting. It would have worked so well. Did you like Owens and Jericho as a tag team? Yeah, the feud was dumb, though. As a tag team, they were good, but the feud was dumb, though. I also think they screwed up the Sting versus Triple H feud. What it should have been Sting versus Triple H is the Authority. Basically, to end the Authority, whoever won got control of WWE. Sting could have got help from all the faces. The Authority screwed over, got the win. The Authority could have been done, but I don't know. Vince and WWE like to bury WCW wrestlers. Yeah. Because when Sting came over, he got hurt pretty quickly. Like if Sting didn't get hurt by Seth Rollins and then put out of action until he went to AEW, they would have had a match. Seth Rollins is the reason why. Like, I'm not saying Seth is unsafe, but Seth is the reason why. Seth Rollins is the reason why Sting and Undertaker never had a match. Like, I guarantee you, if Sting did not get hurt in that Night of Champions match against Seth Rollins, he would have wrestled Undertaker at that next WrestleMania. Book it. It's Seth Rollins' fault. It's Seth's fault. I'm not saying he meant to hurt him, but it's Seth's fault. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. How we doing, Dillon? As well, yes. Yeah, exactly. How we doing, Dillon? Stats of the half: 54% possession to 46% possession, 3 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 0, 254 accurate passes, 89%, 207, 85%, 6 fouls to 4, 2 corners to 0, 3 shots to 2, 3 shots on target to 0, 286 passes, 244, 89% pass accuracy, 85% pass accuracy, 16 throws to 8, 3 offside to 0, 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards, 0, 1-0 Nashville. Let me tell you something. This game has been so low event. For me, Nashville, of course, showed that they were better because they had the goal. What is it called? They had the goal. Toronto made a mistake at the back, gave up the damn it, the rebound that Surge put away. But other than that, Toronto's been solid, but Nashville's the better team. It's about that simple right there, I would say. But the injury crisis at TFC this season is ridiculous. Literally only 6 subs available. Guess what? Cozy Thompson got hurt to be subbed off for Spicer. So guess what? 5. By the way, I'll say this. One stream tomorrow, one review tomorrow, because the Raptors lost today to the Sacramento Kings. So we just have the Campeón de Campeones tomorrow night, and we'll just review that. So no double tomorrow. It's probably easier for me, but either way. Second half about to start. These physios need to be investigated. I've been saying that for years at this point. These physios need to be fired and replaced with people who won't injure our players or let our players be half healthy or whatever. Whatever it is. Yeah, no, they've needed to be fired for years. Years. Forget 1, forget 2, 5, if not more. I've been talking about these damn physios being a problem, hell, I think ever since 2020. Not even just the years we've been bad, but even the year before we were bad. 1-0 Nashville. They haven't learned. They don't learn nothing. This team doesn't learn anything. Second half to start. Miami spanked the hell out of the Red Bulls, of course. Spicer came on 39th minute of the first half. Yes, he's on. Hasn't really done anything yet, but we'll see what Toronto can do for this second half. Huh? Osorio's on for Longstaff. Oh my god. No. We're losing this game. Well, he scored against Nashville last time we played him. Okay. Did you see Messi's goal? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got to see it because of the rain delay. 45th minute. F1, breaking news. Max Verstappen has to drive the blue tractor for the rest of the season. Heard Laren linked to Toronto. Oh, God. Oh, absolutely God. No, 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 no. I think that's one soccer bullshit, but you might be saying it's more than that. Oh, God. Oh, my God. But we need a striker, not Laren. Is he any better than Brynhildsen? Ah! One soccer said that. Okay, so it was just one soccer bullshit. Thank you very much. Headed away. As I said. See, I told you. There's only one person who actually has the answers. Bad thing is, I've figured them out for years. I know the answers of how to fix this team. Nobody else does. Even with Barcelona, Messi destroyed them. I saw 2006 Barca played a friendly with Red Bulls. Messi played the second half, scored assist to Ronaldinho and Saviola. Laren could ball in MLS. Dude, Laren couldn't even score against Guatemala or a 9-man El Salvador or Curacao or Honduras. Ball in MLS, my ass. Ball in MLS, my ass. Hey, if I could actually go look at my book from last year, did he even score against Suriname? Ball in MLS, my ass. My ass. %84.7% win probability for Nashville. 49th minute. Laren did do well with Orlando, to be fair. That was 10 years ago. You seem to forget that was 10 years ago. .49th minute. Do I look like a son of anarchy to you? Do I look like Sam Crow to you? Do I look like Sam Crow to you? It's like buying expired milk, exactly. You don't do it. Worst, it's going the least of the worst, it's going to taste horribly. I think he'll play the All-Star game. There's no way he doesn't. And he's healthy, so why wouldn't he? Besides, also, if you're healthy and can play the All-Star game and you don't, you're suspended for a game. Messi is going to play, don't worry. Unless he somehow got hurt tonight. But they're not going to let him fake an injury just to miss the All-Star game. He actually did have to get hurt. So I think he's going to be playing on Wednesday, don't worry. Now, the skills comp he won't be part of. But again, that is what it is, all things considered. He'll play the All-Star game, though. 51st minute. '51st minute, 1-1. No, it's 1-0. And Nashville gets the ball back, unless you're saying you think it'll be a 1-1 draw, but no. Not the way it's going. Cleared away. 52nd minute. This means we'll see Messi versus Ramos again. And Messi's going to absolutely own him. And I say that as a Madrid fan. '52nd minute. I wonder what will happen between Messi and James Rodriguez, knowing what happened to Argentina Colombia back in June. I don't think it'll get that crazy. Not at the All-Star game. 53rd minute. Huge tifo. Huh. Offside. I think MLS will get spanked. Liga MX's team's just way better. Plus, Mexicans hate Messi. They'll look to humiliate him. Messi's still Messi, though. And the players who were actually really good on the Liga MX's All-Stars that you could probably put next to him are non-Mexican players. So, do with that what you will. Spicer. Tyrese Spicer goes down, still has the ball. Damn, what a save from Spicer. Kept it alive. Spicer throw in. Playing forward. 55th minute. '55th minute. What if I told you? Crazy how things change. Remember last year, Messi kept getting injured, just looked like he could play 3 games in a row. This year's played almost every game since January. That is true. Sometimes it's just the way things goes. What if I told you? Oh, Columbus won 2-1 over DC. Well, good for them. '57th minute. I do think Messi really needs a rest. I hope he misses All-Stars game. He's not going to do that, as I said, as long as unless he actually got hurt this game tonight, he's playing the All-Star game. It's called, if he doesn't, he gets suspended. Not like MLS is actually going to let him get suspended for the game after the All-Star game. Speaking of, who's Miami playing? Well, at least Toronto's still 12th place. That's nice. Even if they lose this, so it could be worse. Speaking of, Nashville cleared away, 58th minute. They play Cincinnati. They definitely need him for that one. So they need him for that one. So do that what you will. We're back 3-4-2-1. Okay. 58th minute. Doc set. '59th minute. '59th minute. No DaCosta, but I figured he'll be at the All-Star game, taking 0 chances. Right decision. Oh, tackle. That's got to be a free kick. Somehow, no, it's not. Somehow, no, it's not a free kick against Toronto. Okay. We'll live with that. Playing for DeAndre Kerr. DeAndre Kerr. Walker Zimmerman takes him down. Penalty. Penalty. Para Toronto. Well, it's about to go, well, at least push. Probably over 2, because if they score this penalty, they're still going to screw it up. So, yeah, no, I'll say over 2. Brighton. Chelsea's academy. 60th minute. Toronto, Walker Zimmerman took out DeAndre Kerr in the box. Took him down in the box. That might be a free kick. Almost Toronto. Total over 2. Well, if this is a free kick, then no. At worst, you're going to get a push. 60th minute. Zimmerman got a yellow card. If it is something, it's a free kick. He dived in the box. If the contact counts, it's a free kick. If it is a foul, it's a free kick. They're going to VAR. Probably a free kick. I mean, honestly, penalty. Fair enough. Right now, it's a free kick. Or for now, it's a penalty, but they're checking it. We're going to see if the foul's a foul. Kerr did not cross the box when the contact was made. It's a free kick just on the outside of the box, probably, if there is a... He does go down in the box, though. The contact goes on into the box, though. The contact does go on into the box. I mean, it's kind of a hard... Let's see the call. Bet Toronto FC. Free kick. It becomes a free kick. No penalty. Total over 2, yes or no? At this point, no. Unless they score on the free kick. But it will be a free kick. Still a yellow card, but... It is a free kick for Toronto. Coelho and Corbianu stand over it. Sergio's the ref. I feel bad for y'all. Toronto free kick. No, it was the right call. He was tackled just outside the box. I'm fine with the call. I'm fine with the call. I mean, I would have been happy if they still called a penalty, but, you know, it's the right call. Corbianu and Coelho over the free kick. See if Toronto can put away this set piece. Double chance means win or draw. Like you bet on the win or draw. The team to get a result, basically. It's a double chance. Coelho to take the free kick. Headed away. Not good enough. Corbianu wide. Corbianu has the ball. Cross in. Header. Out for a goal kick. Damn it. 64th minute. 1-0. Yeah, we're probably going to lose 1-0 at this point then. But 64th minute. Just not good enough. You see Gazdag finally got his first Columbus goal. Yep, good for him. Who's winning? Nashville, 1-0. You won't draw. It won't happen. Toronto will not draw this game. Even if they get the goal to tie it up, they'll still blow it. I'm not the manager. You can't ask me to make them draw. One, because if I was the manager, we would be winning. Second of all, this team doesn't know how to win in most cases, or even draw for that matter. So, if I was the manager, they gonna be winning. I don't accept draws. Who's winning the game? Nashville, 1-0. 65th minute. 25 minutes to go. Toronto's losing. As per usual. 1-0. They didn't get anything off that free kick. Probably won't get anything at all. Make a Seba clone. Unless the Abu Ali deal is completed, he'll just make the crew more deadly, possibly a contender. I think that's a really good deal for the crew. Abu Ali is a very good striker. He's a very good striker. So that's... Put on my bets on third goal. You probably ain't getting a third goal either. Unless Toronto draws and then they blow it late because that's what they do. I don't even know if Toronto's going to score. I could see them getting scored on twice. The question is, do they get scored on after they tie the game or do they get scored on at the last minute to make it 2-0? Cross in. Header. Free kick for Toronto. So... 67th minute. There we go. 67th minute. Foul, free kick for Toronto. Let's see the MLB standings just because. Yellow card. Also Cole Palmer winning the Ballon d'Or. He will not do that, at least not this year. There's absolutely no way that's happening. Blue Jays are 5.5 games ahead of the Rays, 5 games ahead of the Red Sox, and 3.5 games ahead of the Yankees. Lovely. And the Blue Jays are second place in the AL, a game ahead of the Astros. So if the season ended today, the Blue Jays would have a bye to the division series. Let's go. Dembele probably be the... So that's good news. The Blue Jays are above the Astros by a game, 2 games behind the Tigers. Spicer. Tyrese Spicer, cross in. Nobody's there at the center of the box. Red Sox, Mariners, Yankees are the wild card teams. The Rays are a game and a half or a half game out of the wild card. Mariners have a 0.5 half game lead in the second wild card, 1.5 wild card lead for the Yankees. But right now, the Blue Jays, if the season ended today, they would have a bye to the division series. And they are the best team in baseball since May 8th, the Toronto Blue Jays. Which is awesome. I didn't realize they've been that good. So, 70th minute. Hopefully we have a lot of baseball playoff streams, or doubles at least. Playing forward. Over the top, Spicer. Has the ball. Headed on. Brought down. Corner. It's 1-0. There has not been another goal in this match since the first half. And Toronto is definitely... Well, they had a chance there to score, but they did not score because they're Toronto FC. Nashville might score again, though. Corner for Toronto. Coelho to take the corner. 71st minute. Coelho for the corner. Referee's taking his sweet-ass time. Sure, Toronto draw. You have more faith than me. I'm the one who watches them every week. Header. Spicer loses the ball. Corner. Okay, we'll take it. Another corner. Derek Etienne Jr. is coming on. 3 goals are possible or not? No, it's not possible. Toronto corner. Dominguez on or off for Etienne Jr. 3 goals are not possible. No. No. I would be shocked. Nashville scoring 2, I could see happening. Goal kick. Toronto scoring a goal before Nashville scores a second? No, I do not see happening. Yellow card for Kevin Long. Thinks he got fouled in the box. Thinks there should be a penalty there, but nope. Honestly, it is what it is. 1-0 Nashville. Still. Damn, St. Louis got stomped out by Dallas. Subs for Nashville, Bunbury and Yazbek are coming on for Nashville. 73rd minute. Soft feelings, ref. Tag Seth is off for Yazbek. Toronto goal? No. Kassem off for Bunbury. He's still kicking. I'm surprised. 1-0 Nashville. 1-0. 74th minute. One 0. Nashville has the ball, plays on, spins back. But Sean Johnson gets it. Etienne Jr. Cross. Nowhere near where it was supposed to be. Spicer gets outran by frickin' Teal Bunbury. What? Throw in. Cross in, headed away. 75th minute. Rolstead. Ah! Got ran down. I'm sure Toronto could come back. Dude, you ain't the one who watches this team every week. This isn't 2018. Hell, this ain't even 2020. 76th minute. 1 goal for Nashville. 1-0. Toronto has nothing. Playing forward. '77th minute. How's Etienne been for you guys? Not really that good. Scored a couple of goals. Has he? He scored a goal or two, yeah. Really barely anything, but hasn't been bad. Not good enough. Mora just wide. 77th minute. Yeah, very meh. That's about where I'd go with it. 77th minute. That was not smart. Okay. 78th minute. Toronto playing forward. 78th minute. Spasser. Osorio, Etienne. Throw in for Toronto. Okay, we'll take it. Bunbury, Rawstead, Steele. Or not. Surridge crossover. Here comes Mukhtar. Hani Mukhtar save. Sean Johnson. Free kick the other way for Toronto. See what I mean? Somehow beat San Diego and then look like shit the next game. What is this team? I don't get it. I don't get it. 79th minute. There's always next year. Another year without CONCACAF. Yeah, I mean, we had to pretty much just go ass over tea kettle to the playoffs and then somehow win MLS Cup to go to CONCACAF. But these guys don't have the answers. Nashville's done their job. They scored early, and Toronto is absolutely a waste of time. Nashville hadn't even looked that dominant. Good morning, Risklander. Or good night. Good morning, Vietnam! If I do that, I get a copyright strike. 80th minute. I don't need that. Nashville's done their job. Toronto has pretty much been absolutely nothing. They got scored on once by mistake on the rebound, and Nashville hasn't scored after that, but do they even need to? No, because Toronto's not scoring a goal. What's the point of scoring a second goal when You're already good. It's not like you need a goal differential help. And really, Toronto ain't going to score, so what's the point about scoring twice? Honestly, smart that they only scored one. It's better to be sharp and realize that maybe they could score one out of nowhere, and now you're tied, then you have to get it back instead of having the 2-0 lead and then losing your sharpness, and then they do score because for some reason you basically let them. Smart. Because 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in football. Even if you're playing a shit team like Toronto FC. Save. We getting a rant tonight? No. There's no reason for me to. We're not good enough. There's no reason for me to rant. I don't even know if I could bullshit 10 minutes of a review. I have to, but I don't even know if I really can. It's just... It's not like we got dominated. We're just shit. Nashville, I would expect to be better, though. I won't even lie. Header over the bar. I won't even lie. I expected Nashville, if as good as they are, to beat us 3-0 the way we've been playing. The fact it's only 1-0, I'll take the positive there. Not that there's much of it, but yeah, I'll be doing Leagues Cup this year. Don't worry. Got a lot of them. Don't worry, I got it. It's 83rd minute. Will you do Alali versus Inter Miami? I mean, Atlas versus Miami? Yes, I will. Yes, I will do Atlas versus Miami. Why wouldn't I? It's views. It's a Miami game that Messi's probably going to play. It's called views. It's called do the game that Messi fans care about the most. Giveaway. Come on, Spicer. 84th minute. Headed away. Good job, Long. 84th minute. Yeah, that was a month ago. '84th minute. I can't make Toronto score a goal. I'm not the coach. I'm not the manager. I can't make them score a goal. If I was the manager, they would be winning. But it's not my place to be, I guess. 85th minute. Call the Pirate. Call the Pirate. Call the Pirate. Acosta's on for Gaston Brugman. '85th minute. Five minutes to go. St. Clair's captaining the Loons tonight. Well, good for him. Hopefully it doesn't go to a penalty shootout. Hi-oh! 86th minute. 1-0. Toronto trying to push for at least a draw. They won't get it, but I'd like to see you try. Free kick for Nashville? Huh? Boyko is an idiot. What do you know? Boyko is an idiot. No, I don't want Borjan back. Start Crepeau, that's what I say. I don't want Borjan back. Just because St. Clair sucks doesn't mean I want Borjan back. There's a guy who did very well last summer that for some reason Jesse don't like. Weird. Bunbury. Wide. Goal kick. Crepeau's net, damn it. Exactly. If Al Ali would have won against Miami, would they advanced? 6 points, yeah. I think so, yeah. Yeah, they would add 6 points, yes. 87th minute. Playing forward, Long. Out for a throw-in for Toronto, Corbianu. Playing forward, Etienne Jr. Etienne Jr. What was he doing? What the hell? Threw himself in front of the defender. What? See, here's your problem. You're pushing for a goal, letting Etienne move forward ahead of Tyrese Spicer. I think I've figured out your problem. Dude, that's delusional. Like, just run into the defender. Skill issue? Maybe. Idiot? For sure. No, Etienne. That was so not right. No, Etienne. No, that was so not right. Wait. Toronto plays Charlotte next weekend. 89th minute. No. That was so not right. '89th minute. Coelho free kick. 89th minute. We'll have stoppage time. Saved by Willis. '90th minute. Ten seconds before stoppage time. Let's see. Not yet. 1-0 Nashville. Not over yet, no. There's a thing called stoppage time. Let's see how much. 90:07. There was a VAR check. There should be a little bit. 6 minutes. 6 more minutes. Minimum, of course, because there could be an injury or something that makes them play more. 5:30 to go. Spicer. Cross in. Etienne Jr. Top of the box. Kerr. DeAndre Kerr loses it. Damn it. Ha, what a run. Over the bar. 1 billion gone. Are you a huge fan of the Raptors? If they're good. I don't really watch basketball if they suck. I'm not saying I'm a bandwagoner. I remember watching trash Raptors teams a lot. I just don't like the way basketball is going nowadays. I don't like the way basketball is being played nowadays. So if my team sucks, I could care less. I could care less. You know, if the Raptors are trash, like I enjoyed Summer League. Guess what? They made the semifinals of that. That was fun to watch. They were good. Maybe they'll be good this year. Maybe I will watch more basketball because they're good. But if they aren't good, I could care less. I don't like the way basketball is being played. Corner for Nashville. I don't like the way basketball is being played nowadays. I don't like all these 3 attempts. I don't like no defense. It's a punk sport now. There's no tough defense. They just drop threes. Toronto plays really good defense though. That's kind of the cool thing is like if Toronto's good, they play the way I want to see them play. So, or the way I want to see basketball be played. Speaking of college basketball, Mississippi State's good. So at least I watch college basketball more because Mississippi State is good. They're a March Madness level team on the women's and men's side. So at least there's that. But again, college basketball is a little bit better. It's not as bad as the NBA, the way it gets played. So I enjoyed watching March Madness when it wasn't Mississippi State. I didn't really realize that. College is still not as ruined by the Steph Curry era of basketball. And G League, well, the 905 should be good this year, so I'll watch them too. At the very least, the 905 should be good this year. So, should be a contender this year, so. Yeah. It won't happen. I don't think the NFL will expand to Toronto. They got the Bills. Buffalo ain't far away. The Bills are pretty much Toronto's team. Whether they play games in Toronto ever again, they won't. Or just the fact they have Toronto fans. I don't think they will, and I don't think they should. I don't think there's the room for the NFL to expand to Toronto anyway. Playing forward. DeAndre Kerr loses the ball. Knocked down in the box. Shot wide. Goal kick. So, do I think one day the CFL will merge with the UFL, the XFL? Yes. Do you like the Maple Leafs? Yes. I'm a Leafs fan. It's fun till it's not fun. Either way. Do I think one day the CFL will merge with the XFL? Yes. Do I think there's a day where the Argos are playing the St. Louis Battlehawks at least once a year, whether it's in Toronto or in St. Louis? Yeah, I think there's a world where that happens. Do I think the NFL ever have a team in Toronto? No. Do I think the UFL would have a team in Toronto? XFL, if it's not the Argos? No. Do I think there's a chance we have a merge between those leagues? Yes. Yes. '95th minute, 1 minute to go. So. Playing forward. Long plays it on. Osorio! Jesus, man! Fumbled it. That was the draw right there, man. That was it right there. No problem. No problem. 30 seconds to go. Nashville should hold on. Osorio fumbled the chance to draw the game. Damn it, Oso, man, you're washed. You're cooked, man. You're cooked. Take a shot a second earlier, you might have scored. You're cooked. You're cooked. Cross in, header. 10 seconds. 1-0 Nashville. That's out for a throw. Should be full time any second now. And it is. Nope, they just let him drop the ball to be thrown in by somebody else. Full time! 1-0 Nashville SC. They get the win. All because of a Sean Johnson rebound that wasn't corralled. Surridge puts it away, and that's all they needed. Toronto had no chance tonight. Absolutely no chance. They just didn't have it tonight. They did not have it at all. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. I'll see you tomorrow night for the Campeón de Campeones. 7:55 Central, 8:55 Eastern. We might be on a little bit longer before the actual kickoff of that game. But either way, Amedi covers Toluca. 1 live, 1 review. That's it, because the Raptors did not make the Summer League final. No double tomorrow, at least live-wise. But Campeón de Campeones tomorrow. I will see you then. After the review, of course, but I will see you tomorrow night. Review, then I'll see you tomorrow night. And there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya. Just wasn't meant to be, wasn't it?